to today's show, and today we're going to take a sneak preview of the previous episodes that we've been shooting, that is politics, health, and business. To start us off, let's start with matters on health.
Emergency pills are taken in the morning after unprotected sex. Taking the morning pill whenever you want won't hurt, but it's not a good idea to use it regularly. But with today's generation, they have a different view. Let's talk to someone with experience to tell us more. Come with me.
Actually, we're going to talk about stuff, okay, which I have forgotten. And we'll pick it from there. I'm assuming I'm sitting here. Thank you. See, when you talk about P2 drug or any other drug, ideally when we have whatever drug it is in the market, there are tools of trading, meaning there's someone else making money using this. So for pharmaceutical companies and what have you, they're having a field day. Now, of course, it's creating employment for one person or the other. When we think about what it does to the girls, and university girls in particular, I think the damage is deep because one, these are girls who are trying to find identity. They are now growing up, moving away from supervision to being independent. And that shift of someone was watching over me to I can do it by myself is not a smooth ride. And so at the end of the day, the intake of the drugs, whether it is once, twice, or whatever, just the perception that all is well will lead girls to be promiscuous. Promiscuity in itself has its own adverse effects. On the face value, someone would think, well, people are just interested in pregnancy. I'm not pregnant. But ideally, there is more than being pregnant. There are diseases. There are the heartbreaks that comes with that. There's also the damage that it does to your own body. Because finally, you will be thinking about moving on in life and settling down. That is if you're not gifted in celibacy. So you would want to get married, and so you get there and you realize you have actually tampered with your body. Way too bad. So much so that when you want to have the baby, you may not have the baby. And all because you are having fun and you are preventing pregnancy and not preventing yourself. There's something about you as the dignified yourself and then the cost and benefit analysis. So for me, I would say it shouldn't be promoted. It shouldn't be embraced by people. But it should not just stop at that. People need to be told. They need to be told that really the effects of this.
Emergency pills are more effective if taken 24 hours after sex. They are readily available in the pharmacy at an affordable price, though there are different contraceptives in the market, like copper ultrauterine and the Femiplans. So, as a young girl, know what suits you before you use it. Educate yourself more on the drugs for proper usage.
Taking P2, okay, like I've said, you don't have to follow through every single day taking it. So when you wake up, you just take it and go to class and forget about the whole thing. But I wouldn't advise students to take P2, not just students, but anyone, but try and use condom. Yeah.
Buying P2 for my girlfriend compared to going for the long-term method. This is because, first of all, when you look at the cost and price and everything, when you look at the fact that you can go to a chemist and get P2 like at 200 bob, while for the long term it's kind of expensive.
Until next time, my name is Charity Waini.
Sema Njoki.
Poa sana mama. Aki mimi sioni nikikuja.
Mbona?
Sitaki hizo maswali za Auntie Mary. Utolewa lini? Siendelee kulea football team yake achana na maisha watu wengine.
Njoki acha nikupigie.
Mam, tunaweza ongea, niko na Airtel tubonge. Alafu ni Auntie Shiro napika. Mashakura, I can't. Kazi Magina yeye, Yoshina na boyfriends tofauti wako na hairstyles funny. Kwa change nayo?
Njoki acha nikupigie.
Uncle John drama.
Nani anasema mimi iko drama?
Mom.
Njoki uko kwa loudspeaker.
Tumia Airtel to Bonge kumake Airtel to Airtel calls bila charges like other networks for 2 bob a minute.
Si uniambie kuhusu hiyo Airtel to Bonge unashinda ukitaja.
Tell us your name and what you do here.
I'm Dr. Vincent Gishara. I'm a medical officer at clinics in Leicester, America.
Why would one take emergency pills?
So the thing with the emergency pill, the rise maybe we can attribute to knowledge. Nowadays people, as opposed to long ago when there were no options, now people know that there is an option of preventing pregnancy. If and when they have unprotected sex, or they have protected sex and an accident occurs. So that could be the reason. Then again, you could also attribute it maybe to changing social and cultural norms and values. And there is sexual relations. Maybe there's not as much social pressure to maybe abstain and whatnot. The value systems are changing. So more people are engaging in sexual activity in situations where they may not necessarily want to have children. And we're also having more people getting exposed to, or put it, getting into situations where they could get pregnant without wanting to. So the uptake of the pill and other ways of preventing pregnancies on the rise.
Where these drugs sold over the counter so easily? Anyone can buy them?
Yeah, so the thing with the emergency contraceptive pills,
do they need a prescription from a doctor?
No, you don't need a prescription. You can get them at any pharmacy, school clinic, anywhere where drugs are sold, you can get them very easily without a prescription. I think that was the, sexual health is one area where a lot of prerogative is left to the person, because sexual health affects you as an individual. So for someone, and especially for those who don't want to get pregnant, if you're pregnant, you're the one who will take care of that child and the implications that come with it. So it's been put, the back is on the court of the lady or the guy to try and prevent unwanted pregnancies. That could be the reason why it's a prescription only. It's not a prescription medication. And then the other thing is that most prescription drugs, or drugs that need prescriptions, either there has to be a medical reason. You'll find there's either they're very dangerous or they're antibiotics, so there's a risk if they're not taken in a certain way, you'll get resistance and all those things. So you'll find that for emergency contraceptive pills, being relatively safe and being that sexual health is an individual undertaking, so to speak, you can get them anywhere.
And so this means that when you take maybe emergency pills for a period of time, you can go barren, or they change your hormonal health. What are the health risks of taking these emergency pills, and how frequent should one take them?
Okay, so ideally they should only be taken as an emergency, just as the name says. They should not be used as a regular contraceptive method. There are so many other methods that are out there. And so far, from the studies that have been done, we can't really say, personally I've not come across a study where they say they've been able to attribute a certain side effect to the emergency contraceptive pill. However, the way they are designed, they deliver hormones, disrupting that process of, they deliver hormones at very high levels. So you'll find the emergency contraceptive pills, the hormones that are used are also used in the normal contraceptive pills, the ones that we take for 21 days, 28 days, but in lower doses, or there's a relationship between the two. But the emergency contraceptive pill, because it was designed to be an emergency pill, something that you take once to prevent unwanted pregnancy. They deliver those hormones in very, very large large doses.
On our business segment, we talked about motorcycle business. This is what we found out on how this business operates.
Welcome to our daily live show, where we tell you how we live our lives. Motorbikes have been in the market for quite some time. They are the most common mode of transport in the country. But what does it take to ride a motorbike? Here at Daystar University, they are most common mode of transport. But what's their take on having these motorbikes around?
Motorcycles here in Daystar University, first I don't like them because before you even get yourself from the main campus to the main road, you look like you haven't even taken a shower or something because it's very dusty and all that. So once you get to Nairobi, you kind of look like you're from, up country and
So now I don't like motorcycles. First, because the people who are driving them, I'm not sure even if they're competent, because sometimes they're driving like mad people. 2, I don't trust them. 3, they're very expensive.
So I decided to know why these riders chose Daystar Market and how business is like here at Daystar and how much profit they make. Come with me and let's learn more. I see you do business with motorbikes. Why did you choose Daystar Market?
I'm about a rider. Although before I was working, but the work was terminated. So I decided to chip in this business. So it's given me daily bread.
Okay. Like how much profit do you make per day?
You can make 1,000.
And in that?
And that is you convert it to 30,000. There's no company which can employ you 30 if you have not motivation.
That's so good. So are there any challenges you face?
Well, we have challenges because the motorbikes have come so many to the field, to the industry. Then we find that there is a survival for the fittest. If you have no clients, you may not make good profit.
People have different opinion on motorcycles, but it's a booming business. Getting 1,000 per day, so 30,000 per month. Good, isn't it? If you are idle, you can venture into this.
So my name is Nicholas Mawili. So niko na 3 years kana ndesha pikipiki. So ni ya mdosi, si yangu. Kulipa tunalipa 300. Lakini saa hii vile saa hii uko hivyo, maisha saa hii iko chini na hii biashara yetu. Sasa kama ingekuwa yangu, nafaa kutengeneza pesa hiyo nikawatani. So mimi nikitengeneza hata kama ni 1,000 per day, enyewe nimpelekee 300. Niweke pikipiki mafuta, hata nitabaki tu hasara tu. Tabaki na 500 ama 400, juu siwezi kosa kukula.
Majina ni Deborah Wambua. Mimi ni mfanyikazi wa Daystar. Na Daystar kuna means transport mbili, pikipiki na taxi. But mostly hapa ninaonanga mostly of them they rely on pikipiki.
Don't miss to watch the next episode. My name is Alfin Tarus.
Karibu sana katika show yetu. Majina yako?
Bernard Atil.
Umefanya pikipiki kwa muda gani hapa Daystar?
6 years.
Kwa muda umeendesha pikipiki, mbona ulichagua kuendesha hapa Daystar na labda si kule River?
Hapa Daystar ndio nilianza hiyo kazi ya na nikachagua.
Kuna pesa nzuri ama
unajua business depends na hali yenye umeamua kwanza. Hapo ndio starting point. So here ndio my starting point. So I choose here and I naipenda.
Ulikuwa chairman wa watu pikipiki
It was through election. Yeah.
Ulisimama kwa kampeni na kuchaguliwa?
Members choose me as the secretary. Yeah.
Kazi yako ni gani sasa? Kama secretary?
Yes, as a there's to coordinate the activities. Yeah.
So unahakikisha kwamba tuseme labda kuna mtu ni mgonjwa unachangia nini?
Things of some sort. Yeah.
Labda tuseme rules zenu hapa hivi ni aje? Kuna rules unafuata hapa?
Yeah.
Kama gani?
One is discipline. Yeah.
So mnahakikishaje kuna discipline hapa hivi?
We follow individual members. Like if there are issues arising for a certain member of this, because the bikes are numbered. So even there is issue about a customer license issue, we deal with the person concerned according to the rules we have. Yeah.
So tuseme mtu mgeni akikuja hapa hivi, mtu namba pikipiki yake, lazima mjue ni nani.
It must be numbered. There is betting, we bet him. If he's worthy, we incorporate him. If he's just shun to register.
Alafu kuna ile unapata tuseme bei yenu ya pikipiki hapa
that was an agreement. So because there were issue of misunderstanding among us. No, they can't. They can't because we have fixed prices for certain distances. Yeah.
So hakuna ile bei kupanda ile bei kushuka.
Not unless we have a empty sitting, we hike or below. So anybody can lower. Not unless if it's a high rent and a customer agrees separately, they agree that even the height of the vehicle is like 150, they agree 200, and we don't know. That's okay. Yeah.
And then kama labda chama unasikia sijui wanafunzi sijui alikuwa anatoa pikipiki, kuna hizi vitu ndogo zinaharibia watu pikipiki ya
That is the thing why we insist before you engage a ride, you have to take notes of the number plate plus the motorbike number, which is already displayed in front there. Yes, so you have to take those details before you ride a bike.
Alafu you get that ukiwa na shida labda ufikie mtu wa pikipiki anakusumbua nini, anakupandisha bei, anakusumbua, unakuja kushikwa nani kama ni customer chama hivi sikuwa nani. This is a joy
like hiking of the fair. I think for how long have we been to this?
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, so for those 3 years, I think you have used bikes several times.
Yeah.
So you are supposed to know the normal fixtures. Yeah. That is something you have to know.
And maybe mtu pikipiki misbehave.
Yeah, that is something which you have to report to the office for action to be taken. That is the reason why we usually insist to know the number and plate of the bike plus the tag number, of the bike.
Asante sana, nimeshukuru.
Okay, thank you.
Today's show here at Daystar University, man, I'm taking you through the facts of a boda. As you can see, this is the guy. And if you don't know, the boda is driven by one guy, of course. It's lighter than a car, so it can accelerate so faster. The first boda was invented by a German guy in 1888. The guy was called Gottlieb Daimler. One thing again about the boda is that the helmet, as you can see, this helmet here. This helmet was invented by a neurosurgeon. When taking a corner, the boda for the bike, the front wheel that holds the grip. Yeah. And to my friend, can you state to me the safety measures you take when riding a boda boda?
You support you have license
Mm-hmm.
and gum and element, 2 elements for a customer and you.
And you?
Yeah.
And have you ever been involved in the accident?
Yeah.
At Kitengela?
Yeah.
On a smooth surface or?
I was running faster.
Oh. So at least you have learned?
Yeah.
You don't run anymore?
I didn't run anymore.
So that was the guy. See you next time.
Introducing Airtel Tubonge, a voice product that lets you make Airtel calls bila charges and call other networks for only 2 bob a minute. Subscribe to Tubonge daily for 10 bob and get 100 minutes. Weekly for 50 bob and get 700 minutes. And monthly for 150 bob to get 3,000 minutes to call Airtel all month. Now that's a great deal. Subscribe to Airtel Tubonge by dialing *544# today. Hiyo, Ninja Smart ya kuongea.
During the end of last year and early this year, we've been all hearing about resistance movements. So what does it mean to resist? Watch to find out more.
NASA leader Raila Odinga, while addressing his supporters at Uhuru Park on October 25th, he called on his supporters to participate on resistance movement. So did Kenyans take the resisting movement seriously as NASA called for boycott of some products? Let's meet few Kenyans who took part in the resistance.
My name is Maurice Were. I'm a third year and I'm doing technical and professional communication as a major.
How have you been involved politically before?
Yeah, I love politics and I've been in politics when I was in high school.
We're having this NRM movement. And what does resistance mean to you?
To me, resistance means we are rejecting a bad regime and people or companies which are supporting this regime.
So have you taken part in resisting anything?
Yes, I've resisted the Molo Milk, Bidco products, and very soon I'll be throwing my Safaricom line.
And how is this affecting you?
Okay, maybe about maybe any other milk, because right now we don't have, the only milks that we have in the shop are Brookside and Molo Milk. The demand for the other milks has increased and yeah, there's a shortage.
Okay, my name is Jeremiah Marwa. I'm a student at Daystar University. I'm doing environmental health sciences as my major. Yeah, that's my background information.
Jerry, what does you know about resistance?
Okay, according to me, resistance, okay, in general terms, my understandings to the word resistance is, okay, refusing to comply with something, you see? You are resisting. Yeah, that's my general understanding about the resistance.
Okay, have you taken part in resisting anything according to NRM conditions?
No, I have not resisted anything because I believe everything that happens in this country in terms of business, in terms of business has a major contribution to our economy and the GDP as a whole. And other than that, it helps so many Kenyans raise a living. Also, Kenyans living in each and every corner of this country. You may have, for example, Bidco. Okay, people working there are not from one common area. They originate people, we get people from Mandera, from Mombasa, from Kisumu, from Nairobi, from Nyeri, from everywhere. So I don't see the reason why I should resist.
How is resisting going to affect these people?
Okay, resisting is going to affect these people in that we'll get that the company will start to have a difference in their profit margins. And once you have a difference in your profit margins, we start to experience things like we are spending more than we are earning. So one way of reducing the expense is by maybe telling some workers, okay, we will call you at a later date when things go well. And some Kenyans may lose their jobs, and these Kenyans are educating their kids, they are feeding their families, whichever corner of this country they come from.
Of course, Beldin will talk to a political analyst to shed more light on this. But has resistance made any impact on the Kenyan economy and politics? Reporting for Our Lives Today show, my name is Faith Kaulu.
So I think resistance is being opposed to some ideologies or how certain things are done. And for me, resistance in Kenya, there's no really resistance, but it's just political motives that are trying to bring resistance, but it's not working yet. Yeah.
What do you advise the Kenyans to do?
The Kenyans, I think the moment you know what you want, you take action and do it. Yeah, if you want to resist, know the reason why you're resisting. If you don't want to resist, you know the reason why you don't want to resist. Yeah.
So what does it mean to resist? What's a resistance movement, especially in Kenya?
Resistance means stopping people, stopping a movement or stopping a regime to do certain things, or stopping a regime from ruling. That's basically what it is.
So when a country starts something like a resistance, what's the other side of it? Like, what's the outcome of a resistance? What should be the outcome of a resistance?
Normally, the outcome of a resistance is what we call revolution. Those two words go together. You resist the certain regime until
a revolution comes.
Yes, a revolution comes. And actually, it ends up with a revolution.
Like the end result should be a revolution.
At the end of it, because resistance is actually the beginning of it. When you get when that resistance gets more members and powerful ones and very influential, then it turns out to be a revolution. Yeah, that's how things are done.
So in Kenya, when the resistance movement was started, do you think it was a political or ethnical to bring a revolution, or it was just for ethnicity or self-gain?
That's a huge question, but I think I can break it in bits. It can be termed as an ethnicity problem. When in Kenya we're looking at the two leaders, the NASA leader, that movement is Raila Odinga, and then of course Jubilee, the president is Jubilee. And he's a Kikuyu. Raila is a Luo. So it is like that. We have two ethnic groups, and the history of this country is that the Mau Mau or the Kikuyu population was largely involved in reclaiming the independence of this country from the colonial master. Yeah?
Yes.
But later on, they were like, okay, although we have someone who was the father of this nation, leadership should not rotate within that ethnic group only.
Yes.
That's the big thing. So that then is definitely ethnic issues. But again, politically, we're looking at parties. We're looking at the Jubilee Party, political party, and we're looking at...
This is my dress for the pageant. My aunt and my mom made it. Represents the pumpkin spice latte. My left glove is for the coffee, and my right is for the phone.
I can't hear. Which button is it? Okay, try it again.
This is the dress for the pageant. My mom and my aunt made it.
It's been fun shooting the last 4 episodes. Hope you've enjoyed watching them. And maybe let's meet next time when I decide maybe I'll shoot again. My name is Beldin Waliaula.